So at one point I told my mother that, listen to me, based on what I see happening here, just don't be surprised when I tell you that I have coronavirus. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm your girl Shawi, and in this video I'll be giving an update as to how I'm feeling now. I've been seeing the comments and I do appreciate all the prayers. I do appreciate it a whole lot. And as I said, I've been seeing the comments and I know you guys have been wondering what's been going on. I've tried to do a video before, but at that time I was actually at the hospital and I didn't want to scare anybody, so I just scrapped the whole thing and said no, I'm not going to post this video. As well as I didn't want my mother to become too worried, because she has high blood pressure and she hasn't been handling it well. So you know, while there I didn't really tell her anything because I don't want to scare her too much. But I had to go back to the hospital because I was experiencing shortness of breath. My saturation levels were going down with ambulation. But all of these shortness of breath, it is usually when I try to do anything. Usually at rest I'm okay. I can talk to you fine. You know, sitting here I'm fine having a conversation. But whenever I get up and I try to like bathe or eat or anything at all, once I get up, then there's shortness of breath and then my oxygen levels would go down. So I had to go and get it checked. I had to go and get it checked out. Essentially the plan was just for me to continue to monitor my levels, to continue to monitor. So there's a lot of monitor. So to be frank, I've not been impressed with the level of care, to be frank, but thank God for all the prayers that I've said. You know, they said you should have returned to work after 10 days because at that time you're no longer infectious. I have not been able to return to work up until today, and for the reason that I'm not well enough to care for anybody. I was after 10 days I still couldn't care for myself, so it was impossible for me to leave and go care for anybody else. I'm still, you know, trying to build up my strength to go back because I haven't been back to work as yet, and I'm not sure when. Well, hopefully I'll be able to go soon enough, but I still have to focus on my health before I can think about taking care of anybody else. So that's what's been happening, guys, and that's why I haven't been posting. So I tried to post the videos that my sister and I had done before I came here, because you know I did a few videos and I still have a few more of them to post. So I didn't have the energy to actually to sit up and make a video, you know. I didn't have the energy to edit anything. It was a lot of, you know, trying to sleep and stuff like that, being tired all the time. But you know, I wasn't getting a lot of rest as I should, because you know, a lot of phone calls and all of that, and at nights, even though I tried to ignore some of the calls and stuff, at nights it was still hard for me to sleep. Nobody's calling at this time, but it was very difficult for me to sleep because at nights my skin actually burns like fire, burns like it's literally burning, and I would have so much abdominal discomfort, and at times I was feeling so nauseous. So I wasn't really feeling hot, so most nights I'd spend the whole night up. I wouldn't go to sleep until around 6 o'clock in the morning. And then at times I'd have to put my phone on silent during this time, because I know people would start calling from around 10 o'clock in the morning or 11, and then that would wake me up, and then I stay up for the whole day, and then at night I can't sleep either. So that was happening, and I wasn't getting enough rest. But you know, I kind of deal with that. And imagine not sleeping at nights. No, you know, up for the whole night. Thank God for YouTube, because I'd be here watching all the YouTube videos, you know, that kind of keep me up and, you know, entertained at the same time, and to show me what is still going on back in Jamaica, and especially the MTM family. Whenever I watch them, I just feel so nice inside. The Jamaican Grand Family, ABC Sisters, everybody. I watch all the channels, Naturally Told by Mara. I look forward to watch all the other YouTube channels so that I can, you know, stay focused. Because at one point I really wasn't feeling well mentally either, because, you know, you're not seeing anybody, you're here, you're locked up, you know, and you're just not feeling well physically either. So that had me thinking a whole lot, like, is this even worth it at the end of the day for me to be here? Because yes, you want a better life of living, but is this even better? Because you come and there were a few hiccups when I came, which, you know, you kind of got past that and everything. And then on top of it, sorry about this guys, on top of it, you caught coronavirus, which I think, you know, as a frontline worker, then at some given point it's a possibility that you may catch it. But, you know, if you do put things in place, then it limits your risk, and that's one of the problem I had. A lot of people been asking how you get it, but, or where did you get it? But of course I was working on a unit that has positive cases. So yes, it was on a unit, on a COVID unit that I was working, and the level of protection, oh my lord. So at one point I told my mother that, listen to me, based on what I see happening here, just don't be surprised when I tell you that I have coronavirus. I told her, I told my sister, I said, just listen to me, this is what is happening, and when I call and say I have coronavirus, don't be surprised. It was just, you know. And then when I look back, cause back in Jamaica, I have worked with cases before, and I've been there working, and I've never contracted it. And times like this, it makes you appreciate your country so much better. We were given proper equipment to work with. At no point did we not have proper stuff to work with, and we took all precautions that we were supposed to take. And you know, there's no point that you let your guard down, even when you knew the patients were, you know, it's about time for them to be discharged or anything. There were, you just took proper precautions, because you know you're at risk of getting it once you're caring for them. But once you have proper PPEs, then you feel more justified in taking care of them. So I have no problem taking care of patients with coronavirus. I have no problem doing so. Because if you're a nurse, you're a nurse. You're expected to care for anybody. It doesn't matter what the condition is. Doesn't matter. You know, you don't expect the farmers or the hairdressers or the bank tellers or anybody like that to, yeah, come and take care of this coronavirus. No, they weren't trained for that. So as a nurse, you know what you're trained for. And if it's the time for you to do it, then you do what you have to do, and just pray to God that, you know, all goes well. And not just that, you are taught in a way that you know how to isolate the patients and know the precautions to take. So in that sense, you feel more comfortable doing it. But as I said, the minute I step on that unit, I knew it was gonna be a matter of time before I got it. And yes, I got it, and I'm recovering, thank God, because there are people who have gotten it and did not recover. And when I say people, I mean people like myself, age like myself, and they did not recover. They did not recover. So it makes you think, as well as there are people who have gotten it and, you know, they didn't even show one sign of actually having it. So everybody's body will react differently. Whether you're a healthy or not so healthy person, everybody's body react differently. and it makes you think a lot, like, is this even worth it at the end of the day? My tripod, it keeps moving, because you know you're here for a better life, and is this a better life, going to work and coming back and then locking up every day? Yes, they say a bit more money, but does money mean happiness? Does it? Having more money, does it mean happiness? Was it that your life was so uncomfortable back at home that you're willing to stay and further be compromised? So I've been thinking a whole lot since I've been in here. Because to tell you the whole truth, I've not been impressed. But at the same time, you don't want to get up and make a decision, oh, this is not for me, and not give it enough chance, you know. But when you're not well and the treatment level is like crap, then it makes you think, what's the point, you know? So that's what's been going on with me, guys. I've been at home, in my recovery stage, and I've been thinking a lot. I know my mother wants me to come home, my son wants me to come home, and Susanna wants me to come home. As a matter of fact, Susanna was never comfortable with me coming in the first place. She has her way of showing stuff, you know, even though she may not say it, you know, but I knew she wasn't with me in coming. She wasn't with me on this one. But everybody's like, come on your yard, my family, because at the end of the day, my family is most important to me, and everybody has their own dreams and stuff like that, and have their own goals. So it depends on your goal at the end of the day. What is the goal? And I've been thinking back, I've been ticking off as I go along, what is my goal, and can't they be achieved otherwise? Can they, you know? I've been ticking off the pros and stuff like that. And guys, this is not to discourage anybody, this video is not to discourage anybody, because anybody wants to come, I mean, it's there for anybody, but you just have to know what you're faced with. It's not to discourage anybody, it's to create awareness of what is going on, because a lot of people will not talk about it. A lot of people will not say, they will keep it to themselves, and you know, a lot of people will just not say. So it's to create awareness, because everybody is having different experiences. My experience may not be the same as yours, yours may not be the same as mine. Mine may be better than some too, you know. But I've spoken to others, and you know, some people have had similar experiences, others have had better experience, but this is my experience, guys, and this is me being as transparent as I can be, because there are a lot of stuff happening, but I wish not to go into it. But for the most part, I have to give God thanks that I'm alive and I'm well and I'm able to sit down and make this video, which means I'm getting better, because a few days ago it was the hardest thing to do. It was. So I thank you for tuning into this channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the prayers. Remember, if you're watching and you're not yet a part of the family, please subscribe down below to hear further updates as what is going on, because as I get better, I'll be putting out my vlogs, because you know, guys, I was doing my vlogs before, and you know, I was up and going and all of that. I want to get back to that place where I have enough energy to do that, energy to be smiling and all of that. But as I said, guys, I have to be thankful, because I'm here, I'm speaking with you, I have life, I have strength, I have health, so I have to give God thanks. So thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with us. I'm your girl Shawi, saying peace out.